Now these, some are better in some of the books. I mean, it's all conditions. My number is 312-285-4186. I mean, there's hundreds of these, just tons. Some, are just trashed. See, and then the drier parts of the books in the middle. Some are like probably in between each other and just didn't get as much water damage. This one has worse water damage than the other ones, as you'll see. And this is a small book right here. I'm just flipping through randomly. So that gives you can get an idea. That's not all of them. And then like this one, the front, there's some of these are in good shape. Some are like bent. This is one of the worst ones probably. Then after you get to about here, see, these are drier. They're not wet on the edges. These are just huge. I mean, there are a lot damaged, but there are a lot that are not. They darkened and stuff, unclimate controlled. And a lot of them have like just triplicates. This is just a huge, thick book. I'm just randomly flipping through here. See what I mean? How these are drier? I mean, there's so many of them, like I can understand if you thought they were all like trashed, but they're not. There's a lot of good stuff in here, believe me. If I was still doing this, this is a good deal. See, then you'll get up here where you got a little More corner damage, but it's dry. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on these being in great condition or not, but as far as like old paper for the amount that's asked for these, this is a good deal. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to guess how many of these are. I'd say 2,500, 3,000. I mean, there's a bunch. This is just these. And there's also a lot of photos. Glass. The glass is good. Those over there, those are ledger books. They don't have ephemera like this in them. They're still cool and they're related to this business, but they're not these. You see what I mean? So there's another book. There's a book underneath it, kind of the same thing. I'll just like give you an idea, random. These are drier too. I mean, look how many of these are. There's one underneath that, same thing, like this. Like here's a small one, like right here. It's another book. And like here's another huge thick book of these. Right here. These are drier. I mean, look at how many are in here. This is like a lot of good receipts and stuff and land contracts through banking. All this stuff goes. The only deal is it's all got to go. I mean, there's stuff, some stuff is not so great. Some of the books, I've already had people want to like take parts of it. I don't want to screw with it. There's some pretty good glass. I mean, look up these Athens Cooperative Creamery. Those were wrapped in paper. There's lots of, these are more ledger books. The books are like iffy. That's probably the worst stuff. These shoes, maybe 20% of them are good. There's a bunch more. These papers aren't worth shit. Let me see. That stuff doesn't go, by the way. These are more ledger books. No paper in there. This is all recipes. These letters are excellent. I looked through some of them. The string like falls apart on them. This is another a ledger book right here. It's not, but all related to the business. There's a couple good photo albums. Nothing spectacular. Couple cased images, kind of crappy. There's a great couple decent cabinet cards. Stacks of newer pictures that were related to family members. Tons of these magazines, which I don't think have any value. Let me look on here. A lot of cool little things like this. Toys, not a lot of value, nothing super. Original boxes, these crates, you can look these up on eBay. Some are better than others. Those are ledger books, as I'd said earlier. A lot of these old Christian publications, glasses, fishing stuff, cigar boxes, what else? Jewelry, kids' books, nothing spectacular. Magazines, believe it or not, some of them bring decent money. That's something I didn't want to fool with, but some of these crates are good. This is like box, so like basically junk, you know, that came along with it. Other box or religious publications, obviously stuff like this isn't worth anything. Marbles, I'm a hardcore marble collector. I got out of all collecting about 6-7 years ago. None of the marbles have value. 8-track tapes, of course, are worth nothing. Some junky Christmas gifts. Old softballs worth nothing. The letters are great. Old calendars worth nothing. Some old onion bags worth nothing. Tins without the top. This metal chest is in great shape. I don't think it's worth much. 8-track tapes. Old books, a lot of instructional books, biblical stuff. You know, stuff like this. More crates. And some of these bring good money, so I hope that answers your question. Again, 312-285-4186. Thanks.